What is up, everybody? JT Dangerously here once again. I am back for my Raw presents Hell in a Cell 2016 predictions. Now, of course, this is the 8th Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, of course, in WWE history. And I'm hoping this is the last because, of course, a rumor I've heard from one of my friend Mitchell Seagal that they're going to get rid of this and bring back old WCW favorite of October, Halloween Havoc. So if this is the last one, let it be the last one. And then, of course, this is a triple main event. Of course, 3 Hell in a Cell matches. Of course, the first Hell in a Cell 2009 had 3, so this is the second 3 Hell in a Cell match in WWE history. And of course, these are not in order. Of course, these are not in order. These are what I think and a few other people think that I know that are gonna start the show. So let's get right into these Hell in a Cell 2016 picks. Starting with the first match, I think it's going to start, and of course I think my friend Mitchell Seagal will agree with this. I think they're going to start a Hell in a Cell to start the show, and it's going to be for the United States title. Of course, the champion, Roman Reigns, against his challenger, of course, Rusev. Now, of course, this is Roman Reigns' second Hell in a Cell in history, so he has a little bit of that advantage of being inside Hell in a Cell, so that gives him a big time advantage. Then you have Rusev, who is making his debut inside Hell in a Cell. Now, if you've watched Hell in a Cell like I have, wrestling fans must have seen 36 Hell in a Cell matches in history. There's been a lot of people that have won in their first Hell in a Cell matches. I can name off Triple H in 2000, Angle, Brock, Batista, Mark Henry, Alberto Del Rio, and of course Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. The record for men going into this match for the first time is actually really good. Now, coming from me and my pick, I am going to take Roman Reigns to win and retain his United States title because it makes, I don't know what they can do. They could do some good. This could be one of the out of the 3 matches, this could be a good match, or it could be just a really solid, good storytelling match, like one with Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns, of course. The only question is, I'm thinking, if Rusev loses, what do you do with him? What do you do with him? That's the biggest question. What do you do with him after he loses? And of course, Roman Reigns, of course, will be the United States champion. Roman noodles, and I love ramen noodles, but I do not like Roman noodles. So I'm just picking Roman Reigns because it's the obvious pick. So I'm taking Roman Reigns to retain his United States title. Now, the next matchup, of course, Enzo and Cass, how you doing, versus the Club, or the Boys and Girls Club, or the not so kawaii Club. Now, I say that about the Club because Carl Anderson on Raw lost again to Enzo Amore. And no offense to Enzo Amore, Carl Anderson, a former G1 champion, former IWGP Tag Team Champions. The Club is non-existent in the WWE. They are nothing. They are garbage. They have them losing to the New Day 3 times. They have them losing to R-Truth and Goldust. WWE, really? And then you have them lose to Enzo Amore on Raw last night. Put them in the coffin. Whatever the WWE is doing with the Club is garbage. And coming from me in this pick, I am going to take the Club. But if the Club can't even beat Enzo and Cass on pay-per-view, and I am done with the Club. I am sorry, when they came in, I was hyped for them. I knew what they were in New Japan. And then they come in, they look good, then they just boom. And if they can't even beat Enzo and Cass, don't even put him in the conversation anymore because they're garbage. I hope they're getting paid. I hope they're getting paid a lot just to lose every week and lose every Monday or every Sunday. So again, I am taking the Club to beat Enzo and Cass, but this is our last chance. Now the next matchup, of course, for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Of course, the champions, the New Day, the reigning and defending over 400 days as champion, against the Daniel Bryan Kane 2.0, less hugging, more arguing and one-upping each other. Cesaro and Shame. Us. Now, of course, Cesaro and Sheamus are the new tag team from the brainchild of Raw General Manager Mick Foley. Yeah. Like, now again, I have picked against the New Day because I was thinking the people that were wrestling against them could beat them, but Cesaro and Sheamus have a great chance to beat them, but coming from me, I am going to take the New Day to retain because I think they're a few more days away from breaking the Demolition Tag Team record of, I think, over 400 days, and I think they're already at 400 and more than 420. So they're getting closer to breaking that, and I think they're going to continue that because New Day, I would say New Day, I'm taking New Day to win, but again, I wouldn't be surprised Cesaro and Sheamus wins, but if Cesaro and Sheamus wins, Club, I'm looking at you. You couldn't beat them 3 times, and Cesaro and Sheamus beat them once. And of course, Cesaro and Sheamus did beat the New Day on Raw, which was great. Kofi selling that uppercut nearly looked like he was dead. And having Sheamus and Cesaro, it's a great team, but I'm gonna go with the tag team champion. So I'm taking the New Day to retain the Raw Tag Team Championships. Now the next match, another title match, of course, for the Raw Cruiserweight title. Now, of course, TJP, the reigning champion, against the man with the plan, the Brian Kendrick. Now, of course, TJP has beat Brian Kendrick at the Clash, of course, and of course, Brian Kendrick won a Fatal 4-Way to become the #1 contender. Now, and with this one, and of course Kendrick did lose the Ritz one on Monday Night Raw, so that doesn't help him a lot. But that locker room thing with Kendrick, like he was crying, saying, "Oh, you owe me for all the work I did for you, and this and this." And then you see T.J. Perkins' face when he left. For some crazy, insane reason in my head, I'm thinking that's gonna itch in TJP's mind in that match, and he's gonna lose. So my pick, of course, I am taking Brian Kendrick to win the Cruiserweight title against TJP because I think Brian Kendrick is a master strategist. He would say anything to make you trust him or believe what he's saying. And what he did on Raw, that was some good acting. I just give him the Academy Award for Best Actor because knowing how he thinks, this is smart. This is smart out of Kendrick. Make TJP doubt. Make TJP think feel bad for Kendrick. And then Kendrick comes in and wins the title. So, of course, I am taking Brian Kendrick to become the new Raw Cruiserweight Champion. Now the next matchup for the Raw Women's title. Of course, this is pegged as the main event, but I don't peg it as the main event. Of course, I'll get to that in a minute. For the Raw Women's title, the champion Sasha Banks, in her hometown, wrestling because Hell in a Cell is in Boston at the TD Gardens, against her challenger, Charlotte, the former 2-time Raw Women's Champion. Now, this match, of course, was put in Hell in a Cell because it's the first time ever. Can't get any better than that. First time ever. First Hell in a Cell. First Elimination Chamber. First Royal Rumble. First Survivor Series. First SummerSlam. There's usually good things come in the first time ever in wrestling. Certain ones, yes, not a lot of them, but a lot of certain ones. I.e., Hell in a Cell, Unforgiven 1999. Bad decision. Punjabi Prison, of course, that's another one. First time ever. Crap. In this matchup, I'm very interested because they build it up like it's going to be the greatest of all time. But I feel like they're shoving it down our throats. The women's title is a hot potato. You have Sasha beat Charlotte first Raw after the draft. Then Charlotte wins back the title. Then Sasha wins it back again, and now we're here. Fifth match between the two. I mean, like, I don't feel like that, like they're just shoving it down our throats. I get that. It's not like with SmackDown, because SmackDown does it a lot better. Like, they show off everybody on SmackDown in the women's division. Raw just shows up Sasha, Charlotte, Bayley. That's it. They don't show any other women other than those three. And that's kind of the upside to the women's division on SmackDown to Monday Night Raw, of course. In this matchup, I am going to take Sasha in an upset. I'm sorry, what did I say, Sasha? I'm going to take Charlotte in an upset, because wouldn't it be something if the first women's champion, the first Raw women's champion, Charlotte, becomes already a three-time women's champion. And, of course, it's in Boston, and you know how the WWE is with hometown people. The hometown wrestlers wrestling in their hometown, sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. And honestly, I think Sasha's going to lose here. And I know one of my friends is not going to be happy I'm saying this, and one of my friends is going to be happy I'm saying this. Of course, again, I am taking Charlotte to become the new Raw Women's Champion. And now the main event for the Raw Universal Championship. Of course, the challenger, Seth Rollins, the Seth Rollins, CrossFit Jesus, versus the champion. It's the KO show at Hell in a Cell, Kevin Owens, the Universal Champion and the longest reigning Universal Champion. Now, of course, this is in Hell in a Cell. This is Seth Rollins' second Hell in a Cell, so he has, of course, the experience going in. Of course, he beat Dean Ambrose with some help from Bray Wyatt, of course, but he did win inside Hell in a Cell, and this is Kevin Owens' first in this company, first Hell in a Cell in history. And of course, like I said before, people who have debuted in this match for the first time have succeeded in this match. Only a few. It's been a while. So in this matchup, honestly, I am going to take Kevin Owens to win, but with some help. Let me put a picture in your head that I think what's going to happen. Seth Rollins hits the pedigree on Owens. Ref counts 1, 2. Somebody pulls him out. You hear Cole saying, "What the hell happened?" And then it's Triple H. Triple H was under the ring the whole time, pulls him out. Seth Rollins has that look on his face like, what the hell? Triple H hits him with a sledgehammer, and then he gets put into pop-up powerbomb, and Owens is going to win. Just think about that, because I think that's where they're going to go with. And this could be a good Hell in a Cell match with Rollins and Owens. Of course, you never know with Jericho. He could be there too. But I think Triple H makes more sense to set up Triple H and Seth Rollins for like WrestleMania or the Rumble or Survivor Series, which is the next big pay-per-view coming up on November the 20th. So again, I am going to take Kevin Owens to retain his Raw Universal title against Seth Rollins with help from Triple H. And those are my 2016 Hell in a Cell predictions. Now, I hope you enjoyed my predictions. Comment below, who do you have winning this week? Which Hell in a Cell match do you think is going to be the best out of this show? Hopefully, coming from me, I'm hoping it's the Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, and the Charlotte Sasha match. So, of course, please like, comment, and subscribe, and become part of this dangerous alliance, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!